Stale gum, stale gum, stale gum, 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 stale gum, stale gum, stale gum, 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 stale gum, stale gum, stale gum, 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 stale gum podcast.
Hello and welcome to our next episode of Stale Gum Podcast. I'm Brother the Elder,
Hey, I'm the other brother.
the younger brother, the
What's up?
other younger brother,
Other younger brother.
but the other younger brother who's much better groomed than I am. I see that you've gone ahead and gotten rid of the quarantine beard.
I did. I took it down a notch. I made a big trip to Publix earlier today, so I wanted to make sure to look good for all the checkout people. It was getting gnarly. Not gonna lie about it. It really hit me the other day. I was eating some chicken and rice, and I found little rice granules in the beard the next day. Um, that's that happened. That's a real life thing. So
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard you say.
yeah, it didn't feel good. I was ashamed, but it's quarantine, so like, what are you gonna do?
When you say that you were looking to make good for the checkout people at Publix, did you actually mean the folks working the deli counter serving you your chicken tender sandwich?
Chicken tender pub sub is a gift from the gods. Um, I wish I actually didn't. I didn't get one. They were on sale last week, and I didn't even go. Uh, I messed up. I'm not. I'm not eating right by not eating a chicken tender sub. I guess I don't know. What could have? Have you ever had one? Do you have
No,
Publix?
I just see you tweet about them often.
Yeah.
It does not seem appealing to me at all. Extra bread with chicken tenders.
Oh my goodness, it's so like I can't describe a chicken tender pub sub. You just have to experience it. So maybe next time you and the girls are visiting, we'll do some subs for lunch or something.
Something to look forward to. So, on to the state of sports before we go into cards. Brother, what do you think of this latest NBA proposal? Finally, it looks like we're going to have some sort of live sports back with us.
We sure are, and we're gonna have them in my neck of the woods, Orlando, Florida. Really interesting way to do it, um, with 22 teams coming down here. So first, straight off the gate, was that 8 teams are not coming? So 8 teams seasons are just completely
They're
done.
done.
Like they can go party and protest and do whatever they want to do. Um, yeah, so that's really weird that 8 teams aren't going to have the same amount of games played as everyone else. The format's very interesting. I like that, they're trying to give everyone a shot to make the playoffs out in the Western Conference. Obviously, there's
So
more
tight.
teams that are, still in that race. So they're, doing what they can there to make it fair. I know Damian Lillard was pretty vocal about it a couple
That's
weeks ago,
exactly what
saying,
I was going to say.
yeah, oh, sorry. Do you want to jump in here then?
No, no, no. I remember reading the interview with him saying we can take on the Lakers now that we're back to full health. And he's got a point, right? I mean, now they've got both their centers and power forwards back and healthy. Their team now, or what would have been as of March, is totally different than what they played the first 6 months of the regular season with. So now maybe they can, give a Lakers team a run for their money.
Right, and this is a Blazers team that they were the 3 or the 4 seed just a year or two ago. So they definitely have the skill. I love Damian Lillard. He's one of my favorite players in the NBA. He's just so awesome to watch. So yeah, they get Nurkic back, which is huge for them. He was really big for them in their playoff run last year. Other injuries as well taken care of, so that's big. For the Pelicans and for the NBA, basically, this is the reason why they made the rules this way, to get Zion a chance to get some more camera time, because his ratings have been through the roof. He was really carrying the sport there for a while before
Yeah.
the thing got shut down. Um, I mean, how many? I know you aren't like super super into basketball, but just every night on ESPN, it seemed like the Pelicans were playing as like a primetime game, and this was in October, November, December, and he wasn't even playing in those games. But we were subjected to watching the shitty Pelicans so many times during the season. He had a lot of hype to live up to, but I thought he did pretty well with it coming in. He played about, I think it was like 16, 18 games or something like that. It might have been more actually, but I think he'll be fun to watch as well. Over on the eastern side, the Magic, they're sitting at the 8th seed. So locally, everyone's pretty pumped about that. It's just the Wizards coming down as the 9 seed to compete with them. But I mean, let's be honest, the Bucks are just going to run away with it on the east side. But the West is what I'm really excited for. But just overall, NBA's back, man. That's gonna be awesome. Whatever. I don't care how much it costs. Whatever the cost is to watch these games, if there is one, NBA League Pass, quarantine edition, or whatever, I'm paying it.
Are they going to let anybody into this arenas at all to watch these games?
No, they're super strict on that. Basically, all these players and their families are going to live in a bubble. How awful is it that players are going to bring their families to Disney World and they're not even allowed to go to the parks? Like these kids, the families can't even go if they
Yeah.
want to watch their parents or their dad play. Like that sucks.
In contrast to my preferred sport, baseball, which seems to say a giant F you to all of America, we aren't actually going to do anything to relieve your boredom.
Right. And that is the absolute worst thing. Like, and it's all the owners too. Like, the players want to get paid, and rightfully so. Why wouldn't they? They're the ones going out there and, essentially like, risking it to play this game that they're getting paid for. Why would they take a pay cut? Like, it makes no sense to me. Just pay them their prorated salaries. The worst thing I've heard is all these teams cutting minor leaguers and saying they're not going to pay their staffs. Are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah,
teams are owned by billionaires. The one thing I heard from Oakland, they were the first people to do it. And the overall cost, if they just paid all their minor league players through the season, it was like 1.2 milli or something like
that's
that.
it. That's it for the entire minor league for the entire season. That's all they had to do.
But apparently that's too big of a burden, and they had to not do that. I didn't look into it, but I did see a headline that they reversed that though a couple days ago. There was so much backlash that I guess they are going to pay them now.
And so if you do this math, it works out to the owners aren't playing baseball, aren't letting the teams play baseball over a difference of about $300 million, which 300 million sounds like a lot, but there are 30 teams. So you break that across teams, that's only 10 million a team, or the price of like one season of a number four starter.
Right.
And these billionaire owners can't stomach that $10 million loss, and that's why they aren't letting us have baseball. It is horrible and obscene. Oh, let's get cracking some packs.
All right.
So, do you want to lead off?
Yeah, I'll go first. In that today, we're going to go with the 1990 Score Hockey. Growing up, I wasn't very big into hockey at all. But we were in Pennsylvania at the time, so like street hockey was a thing. All the neighborhood kids had their sticks and whatnot. I could never skate, so I never really got into it, even though I still had a stick. But I remember having Score Hockey, ton of these, probably because they were probably like a quarter a pack at the store. But this is actually a pretty cool set. I think it's the first year of Score for hockey. It is Premier Edition, and there's a lot of cool rookie cards in here that I'll be going after. Also, a lot of these guys I grew familiar with because of the Sega Genesis that we had at the house playing NHL 93, which was one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life.
Absolutely.
But seeing those guys on the Sega Genesis and then seeing them on these cards really left an impact for me. So I got the itch for a throwback, so we're going to open some 90 Score Hockey.
I want to see. Well, let me see the cover of that pack.
Sure, yeah.
All right, going with the Flyers goalie and supposedly anonymous Oilers player.
Yeah.
So we want to see coming out of this. Tell you what, just straight up, this will be like a Venmo bonus.
Venmo bonus.
$2 to you if you pull a Ron Hextall.
Flyers goalie, sure.
Three challenges. Number one, we're going to need a Toronto Maple Leaf.
Got it.
Number two, we're going to need a foreigner, so a non-U.S., non-Canadian player with a beard.
Okay.
And we're also going to need to see for number three, please, a card picturing some sort of check. I was going to say fight. There's no way they put that on a card, but let's see some sort of board check. Or even somebody actively hip checking a player.
First up, we have Darren Puppa.
Oh yeah, Poopa.
For the Sabres. Dave Ellett of the Winnipeg Jets. Rick Tocchet for the Flyers.
Oh, you know what I should have made as part of your Venmo challenge?
What's that?
I should have said extra like bonus $2 if you can pronounce everybody's name correctly on the first try.
I think I already failed. So, and I'm not even
Yeah.
at the foreign guys yet. These are whites, and I'm struggling. So, Adam Oates for the Blues. I've heard of him. I think he was
Yeah.
good. We have an NHL prospect, Wayne Doucette. I don't know who he
Oh,
is. Followed by another NHL prospect, Adrian Plavsic.
no beard.
He's from Quebec. On the back, he's got a mustache.
He does, but I asked for non-U.S., non-Canadian, so that's
Oh,
not going to count.
okay. Is a thing. But they don't want to be Canadian, right? Or is that not a thing anymore?
It's not really a thing anymore.
All right. Another prospect, Stu Barnes of the Winnipeg Jets. Nope. Another prospect, John Morris of the New Jersey Devils. This is the most American pack of hockey cards in the history of hockey cards. Ooh, okay. Steve Yzerman,
All right, let's see.
number 3.
Number 3, you're cashing in at 30 cents.
That's big time, baby.
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Wings legend. Love it. Ivan Korovo. He's got a stash, and he's from Ontario. Jesus. I just got my second Darren Poopa, but this is an All-Star edition.
Oh,
That's exciting.
yeah.
So that's my pack. How uneventful and terrible was that?
Wow, it's very nice.
Well, obviously hockey didn't really work out for me, so that's too bad. Though the Yzerman's kind of cool, I guess. But maybe you'll switch things up. What do you have for us today?
I have a 1993 Fleer Cello Pack Series 2. 93 Fleer has a soft spot in my heart. It was the first year that I stopped with collecting tops. Tops have been my thing since about 87, 86 when I really got into it. But 93, for whatever reason, I was like, "Whoop! I'm gonna mix it up." Not great looking. They're just real slick looking. They have those, the gray borders all the way around.
All around. It's actually, I opened a pack off camera like a couple weeks ago. They're boring. They're really boring cards. I'm not gonna lie. No, we definitely had these growing up. I think even our sister, like she had a few cards here and there because she didn't want to be left out. For whatever reason, I remember her having some 93 Fleers. And she pronounced Tom Glavine is how she say his name, because he was like the feature guy on these cards in 90. Rookie wise, there is nothing of note in this set at all.
Jeter was, I think there was a Fleer Jeter rookie, or is that some sort of Fleer update?
It's definitely not base Fleer. I was going to say that when you were telling your story earlier, when you gave up on tops, because 93 tops definitely had a Jeter, and it would have been worth something. 93 Fleer is really not that great of a set. Here's what I want. I want a non-Tom Glavine insert. That's my first.
Non-Tom Glavine insert. All right.
All right. Number 2 is I want a player who finished their career with more than 400 home runs.
All right. So we're looking for like Frank Thomas, for example.
Frank Thomas, Barry Bonds, Griffey. There should be a few in there. Obviously, we can look it up to figure that out if needed. Number 3, I want a left-handed pitcher.
Sure.
That's it. Just a left little southpaw.
Okay.
And the 4th one, I want someone whose last name has at least 7 letters and begins with the letter A through M. So the first half of the alphabet.
That is an incredibly ridiculous challenge. I've already met challenge number 1 with Terry Matthews.
See, that wasn't so hard.
Chuck Carr, ladies and gentlemen, he's just genuinely happy to be here. Look at that guy. He's just smiling. He's like, hey, I don't care that the Cardinals just let me go to the Marlins. Sure, I'll waste my career away in South Florida. Hey, how many home runs career did Rafael Belliard have?
Belliard, probably 0.
Darnell Cole slapping you 5. I think he may have just struck out.
Probably.
All right. A league leader. I think we can count that as an insert, right?
Probably.
Jim Eisenreich looking sassy sliding back to that base.
What a weird looking guy.
John Dobson, friend of the podcast.
Man, he's stuck in Boston for a while. That's like
Way to go, guy.
Stretch.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Andre Dawson, Chicago Cubs.
Ooh, that's your 400 home run guy.
Todd Pratt, Philadelphia Phillies, who I do not remember from their 93 World Series team.
I think he was a youngster in 93.
He sure was. Played 16 games in 92.
Ooh, actually, number 497, Todd Pratt.
That's correct.
12 cents rookie card.
Yes! Todd Pratt rookie all day long.
That's your best pull so far.
All right, I did it. This counts. For the win, Tom Glavine, left-handed pitcher.
That's terrific. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel really good. This is the first time I've successfully completed the Venmo challenge.
It's true. This is what, episode 6, I think? So
Yeah, we got there. We got there.
you did. That's awesome. I'm really happy for you.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. All right, so, well, it's always a pleasure. Now, do we have something special for our viewers for next time?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I am all for a little more modern day action, and you discovered a treasure trove in your local Target the other day.
Sure
of
did.
2020 Bowman, which I believe all of our Twitter followers saw when you tweeted the picture. So that was really exciting. So what I would propose for next time is maybe a live rip, multiple packs, less storytelling, more ripping as we look through the 2020 rookie class and try to make some money. Some of these cards are actually worth real money in the current day, which is definitely not what we're used to here. So I think the 2020 Bowman big rip should happen. I think that'd be pretty fun. We'll do this super rip on the Stale Gun Podcast social media channels, and it's going to be a real hoot. Hope you can tune in.
All right. Until then, brother, take it easy.
We'll see you next time.
Don't chew the gum.